Welcome to Moto 3 Round 5 at Jerez. So, some of them aren't here today, like, I can't remember who, like Nelson. Oh. So we got the winner from last time out, Josh, as well as the winner from the sprint race last time out, Dado. Who is leading the front pack? It is Leon on board his Gas KTM. And letting people go through. His Finley's already down somehow. So who's at the front of the group now? It is the was it a Tech Trois? No, it's a Red Bull KTM IO of Dado. Oh, and that is VTR doing some somersaults on his head. Jack getting very close to the back of Dado there. Wow. And Dado lets Jack go through. But Jack, there's some very bad things going on here. Some dawdling on the racing line. Lots of slowing down. As we start the first of 2 laps in this session. This will form the grid for the sprint race, and then the sprint race will form the grid for the final race. 5 points for first, second, 3 places for 3 points for second place, and 1 point for third place, and then in the second race normal points as usual. So Dado, he seems to be the fastest guy in the sprint races on average, but in the normal races it seems to be Josh. So, very interesting dynamic. I've lost count of how many different winners we've had, but it's, I think, about 6? 5 or 6 definitely, as VTR once again has crashed. This time at turn 4. As they go into turn 6 for the first time. Through turn 8. Craig of VTR already invalidating the lap VTR. Not surprising after his fall. So we go into sector 4. Dado taking that nicely. Now into the double right. Really fast. Probably like 4th gear in Moto 3. As Jack Berman has gone down. And into the final corner. And they cross the line. Dado obviously goes pole. Minnie goes second. Legendary third. Josh is about to cross the line. Leon goes 4th. Where can Josh on his Leopard go? He goes 4th. 2 seconds off the pace. We thought it was going to be 6th. And everyone else will not set a lap time. So 1 more lap for all these guys. Legendary improving in sector 1, Mini not improving. Down the straight to go, Dado improving even further. It's going to be very scary for all of them. This track you don't necessarily need a tow, because slipstream is not all that important because you haven't got many long straights. Obviously someone to chase is ideal, as always. under the Red Bull bridge, and this looks good. Oh, Mini and Legendary have validated both their lap times. I think they might be safe on the front row. Depends on Craig, VTR and Jack. And Josh, if Josh can find 1.1 seconds in his lap. So Dado is going to cross the line. Well, he was going to, and he improves anyway after hitting the wall. That is very odd. Craig getting a nice slipstream from Leon in front. And Craig goes into 4th place. Josh improves and goes into 4th place. VTR, Jack Berman's gone into 3rd. And VTR crosses the line and he goes 7th. So Dado takes pole position ahead of Mini in 2nd. Jack Berman in 3rd, Legendary 4th, Josh 5th, Craig 6th, VTR 7th, Leon 8th, VR 46 Academy in 9th, and Finley in 10th.
Hello and
Cloudy skies. So that's everyone else. Quicker than normal. But you know, you don't need to do anything. You just ready up, unless you have to take a drink or you have to go outside for some very odd reason. But here we go. Dado looking to take his, I think, 3rd sprint race win. Sorry. Lights are on, and they're off. And Dado going to pull start. It's Joey Jack Berman who gets the launch out of all of them, with Legendary in 2nd as they go into turn 1. Oh my god, tight between all of them there. So we head into turn 2. It is Jack who leads, Legendary 2nd. Josh is, oh, that was lucky, no one hit the bike of Legendary there as he goes down at turn 2. Dado with the pole has dropped to 6th place, but Jack has opened a massive gap already of 8/10. And he comes Mini up the inside into turn 5. And takes the Leopard Honda of Josh. A lot more fighting as Craig sporting the 2008-10 Rossi helmet of the 5 continents. And into turn 6 goes Craig, forces Finley wide. Dado hits the back of the pair of them. And somehow we've only had 2 crashes so far. But Jack's in the lead, but he's getting closed in by Mini. And now Craig goes through on Josh, so Josh doesn't quite have the pace at this point. Maybe will be better when the fuel comes in. That's usually when he's the strongest. As Dado goes up the inside of Finley, but he's not quite able to get past. Through, that's right, my god, and into Ferrari, and into the final corner for the first of 3 times. Down straight to go. Jack just, if he kept the 8/10 gap, he'd be out of the slipstream, but Mini's still down the slipstream. Into turn 1. Jack might have just, oh, Finley's gone down. I don't know if he was assisted there. He might have been assisted. I'll also know at the end of the race. I saw 2 hit marks flash up and I couldn't tell which one was which. I didn't know if they were connected or what. But Mini closed the gap by just over 1/10. Through turn 5 to go down the straight, heading towards the hairpin. And the weaving has already begun. Into the braking zone. Jack Rowing always ran really wide there, and Mini's now all over the back Our Dado's gone down. He's made contact with Josh. I think Josh wasn't expecting Dado to go up the inside, and that has put an end to his chances of a front row start. As Mini is now all over the back of Jack, and Finley's gone down again after colliding with Dado at some point. Just horrible race for Fernand's Legendary's gone down as well. Mini, oh my god, that could have gone oh so wrong. Luckily, Mini stayed on through turn 11, and now turn 12, and into Lorenzo corner for the penultimate time. This is probably where the race has been won and lost, as Mini goes very hot and has lost a lot of time, and that might have just given Jack the win. As we go on to the final lap of this race. Into turn 1, Jack keeping a nice tight line. Through turn 2. And VollGazzRacing Academy's gone down with colliding with Dado. So Dado making a bit of contact with people during this race. But obviously I've not seen anything, so we don't know if he's bashed into them and knocked them off, or they've just accidentally collided with a merge of lines, or just milestone. We never know. Find out afterwards though. If you go down the straight, Jack's just got to keep it nice and clean, and he should have this race won. Into the hairpin. Through turn 7, Jack's got onto the grass. That's lost him a lot of momentum, and he's messed up his line and rhythm. It's messed up everything, but he might just have enough of a gap here to go into the double rights now of turn 9 and 10. But he's just not close enough to do anything here, unless he goes for an absolute send. Into turn 11. And now turn 12, Legendary and VollGazzRacing Academy have gone down. Is Mini going to send up the inside? He is, oh my god! And he's just boxed Jack out the way! And it's not worked. fair try though, fair try. And Jack crosses the line to win the race. Mini is second. Craig is third, Josh is fourth. VTR will finish ahead of Dado in fifth. Dado's got a long lap penalty, but that ain't going to mean anything because of all the crashes. So VollGazzRacing Academy is going to finish in 7th, with Finley in 8th, Leon in 9th, and Legendary in 10th. So we have it, Jack Berman in first, Mini second, Craig third, Josh fourth, VTR fifth, Dado sixth, VollGazzRacing Academy 7th, Finley 8th, Leon 9th, and Legendary in 10th. Alright, just time to do the check. Never works, ever. There's always the first time for everything. Nope. Right, just have to redo everything. Oh, fantastic. Even better. And one person. Right, so Jack goes first, then it's Minnie, then it is Craig, then it's Josh, BTR, Dado, then it is BR46, then there we go. Right, let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Jerez de la Frontera circuit. Just a few more minutes.
So just waiting on a few of them. Just waiting on Josh now. Right, let's go. Lights are on. And we're off. And it is Jack and Minnie who get a good start as we enter turn 1 for the first time. And it's Jack who leads. Oh my god, there's a bit of a pile up in turn 1, but luckily no one's gone down. Dado last place. The Maverick Vinales of this this championship. So through all the corners, and Jack once again has pulled out a bit of a gap on the rest of the field, there's one of the Leopards on the grass there. I think that was Josh. As they go through turn 5 for the first time. As we now go down the straight, Finley's made up some good places, moving up to 5th. Dado's managed to get up to 7th place after a poor start. Oh my god, Dado on the curb. And he's run very wide indeed. But he's going to be able to take a lot of corner speed out, go around the outside, about 4 guys there. Look at all these. Whoa, that was VTR and Dado colliding. And oh my god, a Leopard. Oh my god. Josh and Finley have gone down in a very bizarre accident. VR Foots Academy got caught up in that, and his bike got very unlucky there, and he's got forced off the track. Jaxel up front with Mini in 2nd. Craig in 3rd. Dado in 4th. So can the Red Bull bikes do anything about the 2 in front as they head into the final corner for the first time? Craig running quite wide, Dado taking a nice tight line, he's now in the slipstream. This will surely be an easy pass down the straight for Dado. And it is. Moves up into 3rd place, can he close down the 2 in front? Dado's yet to take a long race win. Oh, Craig's gone down. Dado already closing the gap on Mini. Go down the straight, heading towards turn 6. This is where the race was. This is where the race-winning overtake was done in real life by Acosta. But we have a KTM IO bike doing the same thing in this race. As we go through turn 7. The gap's definitely closing. As Leon has gone down somewhere, probably turn 9, I'd guess. Jack and Mini doing a good job, having a pretty similar pace, but Dado is definitely closing the gap. So near Hop, Finley's gone down again, and Leon I think has probably collected the bike of Finley. Dado unsurprisingly with the fastest lap of the race, and Mini's actually close on Jack, so it could be a freer battle for the win here. Oh, Dado's run very, very wide at the dry cycle. Danny Pedrosa hairpin. So all that work Dado did, he's got to redo in the next 3 laps. So it's actually giving Mini probably the best breather, because he's the one who's the fastest of these 2 at the moment. He's gaining. He could form some sort of attack maybe into the final corner. He's definitely in range too. Probably have to bit more of a lunge and a proper pass. And don't know why Jack didn't get a warning for that. Jack going all the way to the right to prevent the slipstream of Mini, and also defending turn 1. But he's definitely going to be looking for a way through. Into turn 2. I think Minnie's just going to set, if I was Minnie, I'd set all these corners up and attack into turn 6. Or down the straight heading towards turn 6. The easiest place to make a move. You've still got Dada there in the background, so with these fighting he'll gain anyway, despite the fact he is the fastest guy on the track. So we go exiting turn 5 down the straight. Now Minnie's in the slipstream. Sure, this is a move to be set up. Here he goes, up the inside. There's contact between them, and Minnie is through into the lead. And Minnie has pulled the pin straight away, pulling a near 4/10 gap over Jack. Can he fight back? Oh my god, he's hot into there. He's made it stop somehow. Do you still have pace over... Well, I think they've got the same pace at this with Dado at this point of the race. Jack's right on the limit here. Is he going to pull off some kind of move into the final corner? He's going for it. He just can't quite get it done as he goes out the final corner in the slipstream of the Honda to start the penultimate lap of this race. Into turn 1, Minnie going very defensive, just go round the outside, but Minnie just holds him off as we go into turn 2. And he just holding up. Finley's got a long lap penalty, unfortunately. So these three, it's surely going to be these three unless a disaster happens. As Finley's gone down again, so just nightmare of a race for him. 3 attempts, I think Minnie's just going to have enough of a gap, but he's run wide a little bit there offline. And Jack's now in the slipstream, gaining all the time, but I just don't, unless he outbreaks himself, I don't think he can make a move. Here he goes, he's going up the inside, he's made it work. Wow. Jack makes it, oh Minnie's lag spike, oh that is cruel, that is so cruel, such a cruel way to lose position. Oh that is horrible. There's nothing you can really do about that, because you can't tell them to let them through, because then that just disrupts everything. Or at least thank God no one's crashed. That might have just given Jack a lifeline to win this race. But there's still one more lap to go, and he's got Dado behind him, who's the fastest, still holds the fastest lap of this race. So it's 1 lap to go in this Moto3 race at Jerez de la Frontera. Into turn 1. I can't tell if that was a defensive line from Jack or just his normal line, because I forgot, since the last 2 times been quite defensive. Into turn 2. That was not fantastic, but it was okay. Into turn 3, Dado's completely stuffed that. That might just be okay for the attack into turn 6. Not if he goes out there though. And through turn 5. Trying to take all the corner speed in the world. Exiting now into down the straight. Is Jack gonna weave all over the place? Yeah, he's doing, there we go, he's doing some weaving. Trying to get Dado out the slipstream and into the braking zone. Can Dado do anything here? It's going to have to be in the final corner, surely. But Minnie's right there as well. Minnie, look at the inside into turn 8. That might have actually cost both of them the chance of winning this race. As they go into turn 9. And now turn 10. Dado's got to be really careful of track limits not to get a long lap penalty on these final 3 corners. Through turn 11. No, that's going to be a long lap, surely. Yeah, it is. Into turn 12. Dado, is he going to send up the inside? Jack taking the world's most defensive line. He's done it brilliantly. Defended like Acosta did. And it's going to be Jack who's going to win the race. Just about ahead of Dado in second. And Mini in third. But Dado will get third place anyway after the long lap. Legendary's fourth. Josh is fifth. VTR is sixth. Craig has a long lap, but he was still finishing seventh. Beerfort's Academy will finish in eighth. Leon in ninth. And Finley will be the final finisher in 10th place.
Starting to fill up with the stars of this race, so let's take a look at the graphic of the official results from this Moto3 event.
So,
the stars of this
Jack Berman takes the double victory, head of a double second place for Mini in second and Dado in third. Legendary finishes in fourth, Josh fifth, VTR sixth, Craig in seventh, Beerfort's Academy eighth, Leon in ninth, and Finley in 10th. So we will now interview the top three from this race. So, we will go with the third place finisher of Dado. So, Dado, you had a really good qualifying, but for some reason you just can't get off the line well. So your sprint race was terrible. But then you nearly won the race, but just unfortunately got a long lap. And Jack was super defensive into that last corner, but well done on your podium finish. Okay, well done. See you tomorrow in the qualifying for Mazzano. So we now go to Mini. So Mini, in the first race, you were behind Jack the entire time. You tried to send to the final corner, but unfortunately Jack was just a little bit too defensive for you to force your way through. In the second race, you led for a little bit, and it looked like you were going to fight Jack to the end, but unfortunately, I think you got a lag spike, which put you behind Dado, and then unfortunately that meant you just couldn't really attack Jack from then on. But it's still 2 second places, so well done.
Yeah. So the first race in the sprint race, I didn't get a very good start. The bike just decided to. It popped up and was ready to go, but I think the rear just spun and it just didn't get me through the good start that I wanted. The quality was good because I was able to use Legendary as a pick up the speed, but he was starting to get like closer and closer, so I was like, am I going to end up hitting him or something around a corner? The actual race, yeah, I had a lag spike. I don't know why, but I'm glad to at least have another P2 as well as in a sprint race. I tried to go for the send in the sprint race at the last corner, but I kind of like hit Jack wide, and I didn't want to act all dirty and stuff because it's just a bit disrespectful. So I let him get his sprint race win, and then I was surprised that Dado got the long lap penalty. So, well done to Dado. Well done to Jack as well, because he got a double win. That's all from me.
Okay, so thank you and well done. So nearly there. And we go on to our double victor in Jack Berman. So Jack, the first race was pretty perfect. You got a great start. You led the whole way. Nearly lost at the end, but you held on. In the second race, you had it a little bit harder. You had Mini attacking. Then you got Dado attacking you on the last lap. You did the perfect last corner and held on to take a double victory. So well done.
Yeah, thanks. In qualifying, on my first lap, I had out. I got it invalid and I crashed. So I was trying to line up a toe, but I was a bit too far away, so it didn't really work. And I had space, so no one was behind me, so I knew that I wouldn't get attacked. And I managed to put it on the front row. And then for some reason, I got like this amazing start, and I pulled like an 8th gap at the start. And I knew Mini had pace, the same pace as me in that race. So it was like the same gap until the end where he tried to move up the final corner, and I had to go very, very defensive. Well done to Mini. And in the second race, the actual race, once again got another good start, and Mini. I saw Dado falling back a bit, and that was probably like what I needed because I know Dado's very fast. So that worked out for me. And then he got into third, and Mini was in his second. And I didn't really want to fight with Mini that much, just in case Dado caught us very quickly. But he caught us like a little bit, and yeah, I had a good overtakes in that race as well, and to take a double race win, and number 12 gives me luck, and that'll probably give Rookie of the Year luck as well. That's a Rookie of the Year. So thanks.
Yeah. So well done on your double victory, and yeah. So that's it for Moto 3. We will see you with that next week. Should do next week. So yeah, goodbye.